So now I'm going to be adding the doodles inside the pages, and I'm using these Jelly Roll gel pens. And for this page I'm going to choose green to accent the washi tape on the right. It just brings that green color over to the left side a little more. When I draw with a gel pen, I make sure not to press down real hard, because if you press down it will ruin the roller ball and actually jam the gel pen, and it won't be usable at all. You can't fix it once it's jammed. Okay, I usually start my doodles using the largest flower first, and I do this because it acts like a foundation for the rest of the image. And even if you're not drawing a flower, your largest image can help make the whole doodle look better if you start that first and then add the details after the fact. It's like building a house. You start with the foundation and build up. Okay, make sure to let your gel pen dry before you turn the page. Now I'm going to be using pink and purple, kind of across from each other, to accent the pink and the purple in the washi tape. I start out again using the largest flower with the purple gel pen, and I will have a demonstration of how I build a flower on the blog. It starts with like a little flower shape, and then I kind of grow it from there. You don't have to use the graphic flowers that I use to doodle with, but I'm showing you how I do mine just to give you something to start off with. Now I've made pirate journals and I've made a train journal, and in the pirate journal I had anchor, octopus, a treasure chest, skull and crossbones. Those were the doodles that I did on the inside. For the train journal, I did the front of a train. I did a little crossing sign. So keep your ideas open to coming up with different doodles besides just flowers. Flowers are an easy, fun way to go along with most washi tapes, or they have florals in them, so the floral design kind of carries over from the tapes into flower doodles. So if you have somebody who's an avid gardener that may want to watercolor their roses, you could make them a journal. They make great gifts. People really seem to love them, and I also sell a lot of them, so try your hand at either. Alright, so this pink doodle is pretty much done. On this side, because of the green, there's a strip of bright green washi on that left-handed page. I am going to doodle the green on the right-hand page because there's not very much green at all. So that's another balancing act that I'm doing there with that color. Again, starting with the largest flower. That's going to get boring for you to hear, but it is like the foundation. I also try to keep it 2 to 3 flowers. I don't do more than that. It just takes up too much of the page. And not everyone likes doodles on the inside, so keep that in mind. If you are giving this book to somebody that might not enjoy whimsical doodles on the inside, or maybe they just want to use the journal for their own drawings, then leave the doodles out and give them the labels to put in themselves instead of attaching them, if you would think that they would enjoy doing that. Here I'm balancing out the teal with the teal gel pen. And I did end up using a metallic gold sticker in the journal. Now, I didn't speed this section up. The other sections were sped up 2 times faster than my normal drawing. So you will see here, this is actually the pace that I really draw in, which seems like really slow for me right now watching it. I wish I drew faster. You know, don't try to make your doodles perfect, because if it's a little wobbly here and there, it just makes it much more personalized. Have fun with it. You know, I've made these journals for people to use as smash books. I've also made a journal for somebody whose husband had Alzheimer's, and we made him a book so that each kid could put their photo in it, and the little kids did a little drawing in their photo. It was a very sweet little keepsake that he can look at and remember that, you know, he's their dad or grandpa. So that's just another way you could use this kind of journal. Here I wanted to balance out the fact that the flowers on top of the label were kind of really strong and bold. So I decided to soften it and add an extra little flower at the bottom there. It helps create a nice little transition to the bottom of the page. And once you start, you'll kind of figure out what makes it work for you as far as the doodles go. To me, this needed something more at the bottom of the page there. On this page, I'm actually choosing the color pink to mellow out the green that you see when you look at the page. I have to turn my page or journals or the page I'm working on. When I'm drawing, I'm usually turning the page this way and that way. So it's been really hard for me to keep them sort of straight on the screen because sometimes I flip them upside down. It's just how I work with a page with my pen and paper. I think this pink is going to really make that page chill out as far as the color goes, because it seems that pink would make it pop right off the page, but there was just so much green on it that the pink is going to really work wonderfully. So this last little doodle, I'm actually going to use purple, and this page has also a lot of green, but it has that purple strip up the edge, and I just thought that bringing that purple back into the middle of the page instead of only on the side was a really nice thing to do. This is also a lot closer up, so you can see the details of the doodle a little bit better. You can also tell that it's not a perfect doodle, and I actually like that about these little accents on the page, because you can tell that it's been hand drawn, and it makes it feel more personal that you've taken the time to draw instead of just, print something out on a page, which is fine to print something out, but hand drawn things are just a little more real.